Hello and welcome. This is Charles Folkart. Ever since I first started reading and studying Scripture, way back in the 1970s, I wondered what the firmament, as found in Genesis, the book of beginnings, what that meant and what a firmament might look like. So here we have in Genesis chapter 1, verse 6, "And God said, Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day." So this creation of the firmament happened pretty early on in the creation period of time. Verse 9, "And God said, Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, and the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. And he made the stars also." Almost as if it was an afterthought. "And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day, and to rule over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day." No less than 9 times the word firmament is mentioned in chapter 1 of Genesis. The word firmament is H7549 in Strong's Concordance, pronounced rakia, and is defined as an expanse, that is, the firmament, a visible arch of the sky. Josephus, in his Antiquities of the Judeans, Book 1, Chapter 1, Number 1, said, "On the second day he placed the heaven over the whole world, and separated it from the other parts, and he determined it should stand by itself. He also placed a crystalline firmament round it, and put it together in a manner agreeable to the earth, and fitted it for giving moisture and rain, and for affording the advantage of dews." Like many, if not most of you watching this video, once having accepted the spinning spear model of the earth, we were all shown and taught since the beginning of our education, I never thought much about it. After all, everybody, including my teachers and all scientists that I knew about, all taught the rest of us the earth was a spinning spear. The earth, I was taught, as you probably were also, was spinning round at over 1,000 miles per hour at the equator, and rotating and spinning around the sun at 66,000 miles per hour, and the sun was spinning around the center of an ever-expanding infinite universe at over 600,000 miles per hour. Reminds me of that song by the Byrds, "Turn, Turn, Turn." Ha! Lots of spinning going on there, right? My question has been, always was, how does the firmament work with the spinning spherical earth model? Although I had questions, I never looked into the matter any further because, after all, everybody knows the earth is round and spinning. However, once I did apply my critical thinking skills and common sense to the question, how does the firmament work with the spinning spherical Earth model, I quickly came to the conclusion that the firmament doesn't work with the spinning spherical Earth model. And that's probably why I've never seen a firmament on or with a spinning spherical Earth model. So with a little bit of online searching, the Information Age Library, I quickly rediscovered an image that depicted the Hebrews' concept of the firmament and a flat Earth model. Now, don't confuse Hebrews for the Jews, because the Jews were not the Hebrews, and I won't go into that right now, but don't get them confused. So the Hebrews' conception of a flat Earth model looks like this, something like this. Here we have the firmament here over the world, over the earth. We have the foundation of the heavens. We have the waters above the firmament, and we have the waters below the firmament, I guess. And we have the sun and the moon and the stars inside the firmament, and the moistures inside the firmament. Intuitively and almost immediately, the concept of a firmament covering a flat stationary Earth made sense to me. At this point, several questions came to mind. Why wasn't I taught this model, or at least exposed to this flat Earth model with a firmament in any of my science classes? Not once had I seen this model. Number two, why wasn't this concept of a flat Earth with a firmament ever mentioned in any of the science books I've read? Those written by Christian scientists like Henry Morris or Hugh Ross, both with PhDs in science. Question number three, how did this ancient Hebrew model, up to this point in time, escape the focus of my attention and consideration during my entire lifetime? So far, my answer to question number one is, I was not exposed to this stationary flat Earth model because virtually none of my science teachers in high school, and certainly not in college, had a creationist view. Even if they had, they would not be allowed to teach anything but the accepted spinning globe model. In other words, all my science teachers had an evolutionist worldview, or they would not be allowed to teach in a public government school. Stationary flat Earth with a domed firmament does not fit in with the Big Bang theory, which most evolutionists now claim as fact. In the weeks and months ahead, as the stationary flat Earth versus the spinning spherical Earth debate continues and goes increasingly mainstream, it will be interesting to see which side of the debate Christian scientists like Hugh Ross of Reasons to Believe come out on. We already know the stand Ken Hovind has taken.
A, I don't believe this flat earth stuff at all. B, I think it would be a real deterrent to the gospel for somebody to go around and start preaching that now, that the earth is flat. I say, I'm sorry, you're absolutely wrong, and that would be a silly distraction from the gospel. Don't teach that. As far as I think I understand and have heard all the arguments against the current teaching that the earth is round and the earth does go around the sun, and I would say I am very strongly in the camp that the earth is round and the earth goes around the sun, the heliocentric theory as it's called.
Well, Mr. Hovind, since you claim to be a Christian who takes the Bible literally, would you be so kind as to explain to us how the firmament fits your spinning spherical heliocentric model, and at the same time remains faithful to Scripture? there are many of us out here that lack the background that you have in science, and we'd appreciate your insight and your explanation as to how the firmament, that's plainly spelled out in Scripture, fits in with a spitting spherical heliocentric model. We'll all be waiting. Thank you.